Hello, I'm Seeks97 and welcome to another episode of Minecraft Complete Modding Guide. In this episode we'll be making a block. Now this is just going to be a basic block, so when you place it down, it just places down as a block, and when you destroy it, and in this case what I do now, I'll be making a block which you can destroy with your hand, and quite quickly it will just drop itself so you can replace it. And throughout the tutorial I might sound a bit weird because I've got a flu, so I'm sorry about that, and I'm sorry if I sneeze on you, but let's get started anyway. So I've come over to Eclipse. By the way, all these tutorials are going to be much more quicker because hopefully you know all the basics and stuff. But what I'll do at the start of each tutorial is I'll set up the basic mod_school file or any basic class files and just type in the stuff that you might not know, just so I can explain it to you and then you will know. And I'll have all the classes open that I need to refer to just help you a bit. But basically I've created the mod_school class file called yellow block because that's what my block to be called. And then above public void load and underneath string version, when you want to declare it, this is what you put. You put public static final block instead of item. If you watch my tutorial you know what I'm on about. And then you put the name of it, so I'll just put yellow block. But just actually for the purpose of this I'll put block1 equals, and then you put new block, which says that it's a new block off the class file block. And then to know what to put inside the brackets after, you go to block and you scroll down a bit. So if you've got all these at the top and you scroll down, you'll find protected block. It's not this one with all these bits on. You go a bit further down and you find this one, protected block. Then I can see you put a par1 and then par2 and then material, par3 material. To understand this, it's saying that par1 is the first thing there, par1 is always the ID of it, and I'll go into the ID in a minute, but par2 it says is the block index texture, so this is referring to terrain.png, which where all the blocks are, but we don't want that, so we'll set that to something else that makes sure it doesn't do anything to terrain.png, instead overrides it with our own texture. And then material 3 is the material, so we know that. So now we come over to it, now we know the ID. Now if you go into block and you look at all the block IDs at the bottom, you can see that the highest one is 124, but then the ultimate highest is 256, which basically means that all your blocks IDs have to be between 125 and 256, so that it doesn't override anything. But if it's over 256 it won't work, so we'll just do 125, comma, and then before I said that it was the block index texture, because we want to use our own, we just put 0, so it just doesn't find any texture except for the one that we override later. And then after, let's talk about materials. Now if we go to material.java, we can see a long list of materials. So you've got grass, you've got ground, you've got iron material. And basically it's just like the sound, I think, how you combine it and stuff. So with ground and grass you can obviously hit with your hand, but with iron you have to use a pickaxe. So we want to use material dot, it will show us up anyway, but we want to use ground just for the purpose of this. But if you want to make it similar to diamonds, then maybe do diamond or iron. I think diamonds, iron. Yeah, I think all the blocks and ores use iron or coal, I'm not sure, but anyway we don't need to know about that. And then after that we've got some more special codes to put in. The first one is dot set hardness. So this is the hardness of when you're hitting it. So if we go to block, we can see that dirt has a hardness of 0.5, so we want similar, so we put 0.5f. And then after this we want to do another one, dot set resistance, and this is the resistance against explosion. So let's for example look at stones, resistance is 10, so we may want resistance of stones, we put 10f. And the last one is dot set light value, and this is basically the brightness of it. So if you find something like glowstone, glowstone. Well anyway, I can't find glowstone, but that basically is 1f, so that means it glows in the dark. If you put it to 0f, that means it doesn't glow at all, but at the same time we can just take that off if we put it to 0. But I want it to glow, so I'll put it to 1. And then at the end we put dot set block name. So instead of dot set item name, it's dot block name, and then we put the name of that block that we want modload to refer to. So we just put block1. Oh yeah. So block mod loader refers to that, but whenever we use this block declaration, we always use this, which is block 1. So now in public void load, first we want to add the name, obviously. So mod loader dot add name, so we can have it in our inventory. And we want to change the name of block 1 to yellow block. And then after, there's another code that you might not know, and it's mod loader dot register block, which is there. And basically what this does is it registers the block so that it can be a block. It does a lot, but because there's so much to explain, I won't explain. Basically, it just says it registers a block and not an item or anything else. It's a block. And then the next bit is similar to what you already know, but instead you put block 1, this is for the texture by the way, block 1 dot block index in texture equals mod loader dot add override, and in brackets again, and then what we want to override is terrain.png, which is where all the block icons are, except for special kinds of blocks. And we want to override that with our own texture. Now if we go to the texture, I've put it as yellow block, and if you want to look at it, it's just a yellow texture. But basically we don't want to put it in a folder, so what we would do is just put straight away /yellow block.png, so it's not in a folder, it's just directly into minecraft.jar if you're installing it. So now that's done, we can do the recipe, which is mod loader dot add recipe new item stack. You should know all this anyway. Take off that bracket, and we want to put block 1, and we don't need to put mod underscore yellow block dot block 1 because it's already in this class file. Sorry, it's already in this class file, so we don't need to. And but let's say we want to get block.dirt, put block.dirt because it's not in that class, but that's something you don't really need to know. Anyway, so block 1, comma, how many we want? I just want 1. And then we put new object, those weird bracket thingies, and then the curly bracket there. And then we want to put just 2 x's, so we're saying side by side, and we just say character dot value of x block dot dirt, and then obviously we end the recipe. And now that's your code all done. So if we review it, we've got the block declared as ID of 125, not referring to any terrain, texture, code or anything. It's got the same material qualities of ground, which is the same as dirt and grass. The hardness is 0.5, which is the same as grass. The resistance against explosions is 10, which is the same as stone. And the light value is 1, which is the same as glowstone, and which means it glows. And then we've got a block name as whatever. And then we've added a name like usual, and then we've registered it, so it's a registered block, and it's not just any item or food or armor or anything. And then we've added a texture, so we're replacing that block index in texture with our own texture, because we put a 0 there. And then we added the recipe. So now we can go in and see if this mod's actually working. Okay, so I've come over to Minecraft now, and if you go into here, you won't find the block at all, because if you've registered it and added a name and everything, you still won't be able to find it in creative mode. I'm not sure why. And I don't think if you had too many items, I mean, yes, if you had too many items installed, you would see it, but I don't know why you can't see in creative mode. But anyway, it'll still be there, so if we craft that, we can see, because we said that 2 x's side by side, which equals dirt, will make this, and we have made it. And as I said in the texture, this is one of the things that register block does. It makes into an icon as like this. So for a brick, it would have been just that side there, but it's rendered it as this, so you can hold it to a hand like that. And we can put it down, and we can take it off. And let's say it's dark, so let's make it kind of dark. So if we just block ourselves off, it's really dark. And then if we put this down, it brightens up. So if you just move this across, and see, it brightens up because it's glowing like glowstone. I can't show you the resistance or dropping it, but because it's in creative mode. So actually, yeah, we can go over to creative survival mode, Just create a survival world quickly. So about this, just want to quickly show you this to show you that it still works. I'm being stupid by going to creative mode, but who knows. And if it decides to load, which it has, and we just destroy some dirt, and then we this, yes, we got this, and then if we put it down and then destroy it, it's really quick destroy, and we get this back because that's why it extends block, which is what a basic block does. Then yeah, now we can see how mod works. Thanks for watching yet another tutorial by moi. If you liked it, like. If you want to comment and ask any questions, then put that in the comment section below. If you want to request any types of block tutorials, like maybe one that blows up or multi-textured, put that in the comment section, and the one that has the most comments will be more prioritised and come first before the other ones. And if you subscribe to my channel, then you'll get updates of when each new episode of Minecraft Complete Mining Guide will be up, and also comments of like what new tutorials were coming up and stuff, and what new videos and what and all that. But yeah, and always there'll be a download link in the description for downloading this Java file, which you can put into your own MCP and then edit it how you want. And obviously always look at this block thing for like referring to hardness and resistance and stuff, and material for different kinds of material. And yeah, and I'll see you guys next episode. Bye.